What is happening, guys? I hope you are all doing fantastic today. It is your host, Daniel Wright, with another episode of Paving the Way. I'm happy to have you here today. And today, guys, we are going to be talking about two topics. One is going to be how to use your platform to make an impact. And then the bonus topic is how to use that impact to push when the going gets tough. Let's get started. All right, guys. Again, thank you for tuning in today. I really appreciate you guys checking this out, continuing to support me and us, and everybody who's helping do this. 96 episodes now. We are counting down to 100. That's gonna be a fun one to do. We're gonna try and get something fun planned for that one for you guys and for us. We'll have a good time with it. But no, it's this thing is kind of evolving now. We're getting a little bit of a team helping here. We've got Randy, our media and marketing. We call him the media master here at Proline, but he's helping with this. I mean, to be honest, when I'm coming in here and recording this today, I had a day where I was driving all over creation, and he shot me a video right around 5 o'clock. He was heading out from the office, and I was on my way back. And he said, "Hey, Daniel, just want to let you know everything's set up. You're good to go. Camera's ready. Mics are ready. Just got to plug it in and get it going." So, man, this dude is just absolutely crushing it for us, and he's starting to see how much of a platform that we're building with the show, with Paving the Way, and what kind of impact that can create, which gets me into our topic today, right? Using a platform to make an impact. Guys, like I've told you, if you've listened to this for any amount of time, or if you've listened to probably any of them, because I try to mention it a lot, the whole reason that I started this podcast is because I wanted to try and provide value to other people who could learn from my experiences, my lessons, my insight, my perspective, whatever I can to offer it to others. I got told a lot of different occasions, like, I wish other people knew this, or I wish other people could hear this or see this, or you should start a podcast or make this a video or whatever it is. And I mean, everybody, if you hear that, you kind of sit and think, yeah, right. Like, who am I to be preaching this or teaching it or whatever it is? But at the end of the day, guys, we all have lessons, right? We all have perspectives. We all have experiences that we've had that other people maybe haven't ever had or just haven't had yet. And I think that we are doing a disservice if we don't share those with those around us. So one of the things that I say a lot about our company, Proline, is I say that the company is a tool and a platform that we use to make an impact on those around us, right? So part of our mission statement literally talks about that we exist to make a positive impact on people in and around the pavement maintenance industry. That's what we're setting out to do. Our mission statement has nothing to do with, painting the greatest lines or doing the best at putting asphalt sealer on the ground or pavement repairs. It's we want to make an impact, and the company gives us the platform to do so. And so we always try to keep that at the forefront of our minds as we're making decisions for hiring, as we make decisions for company opportunities and growth and different things like that, because we always want to make sure that making a positive impact is at the forefront of our decisions. And on a personal side of it, I absolutely love getting to be at the helm of the business, so to speak. There's just been a handful of different instances where people have expressed to me, more privately. So, I'll keep the names out of it and stuff. But people have expressed to me that this company, this opportunity that they've been given to come here and to work and to help build, has been actually a big pivotal point in their life. Whether it's people who really were kind of lost and trying to search for what route their career was going to go. And then we gave them a spot here to help build and, aim their trajectory going upward because of what we're doing and where we're going. And then they can be a part of it. They can use that passion and that drive for something bigger than themselves. Whether it's people who have been able to, purchase, their own vehicles or get into a new home, things like that we've been able to use our company to make a positive impact on the people's lives in our company. In addition to that, we've also had the opportunity to make a positive impact in other businesses' lives, right? So there's one individual that I talk to not frequently, but frequently enough, and he's told me before. He's like, man, he's like, we look up to what you guys are doing at your company. You see, we're trying to build what that is because we see what how you've gotten there and where you're at and where you're going, and we want to do something like that. And the fact that we're able to help provide that inspiration and that that drive for other people to want to achieve those things, man, that is rewarding. Like that is just super, super rewarding. Because if we're just here showing up at our company to just paint parking lots, seal parking lots, paint parking lots, repair parking lots, whatever it is, and that's all we're going to do, well, that's pretty dang pointless. Because once that all goes away, or once it we can't do that anymore, whether it's because I get old or disabled or whatever, your identity gets wrapped up into that thing, right? But if you can really learn to embody how to use your platforms that you have, and it doesn't even have to be that you're a business owner. This could fall into the category of your position at your company that you work at. It could fall into the category of a friend group that you have. Something in, if you're a small group leader in your church or a parent to a family, everybody has a platform to stand on, whether you're a platform in front of an audience of one or an audience of a million. You have a platform and people are watching you. They're listening to you. They're looking to you for guidance and direction and inspiration or motivation, right? And so what I always try to recommend to anybody who comes into our company is I recommend that you need to be thinking that you are always wearing our logo on you somewhere, and we try to hook people up with them so they can. But nonetheless, once you come on board here, you are now representing us, and we want to make sure that we are going out to make a positive impact, that we are using our platform to make a positive impact on the world around us. And it can be something that some people, they kind of sit and think about that. And they're like, well, what do you mean? Like, I'm just a guy, or I'm just a girl, or whatever it is. And really, like I said, we all have people who are watching us. And the fact that they want to keep coming back to, to learn more and to grow and develop. Like I said, it's super rewarding to get to do that. And that's something for me personally. I know on the last episode, we talked about, measuring progress and how we do that. For me, I take the opportunities that I have to make an impact on people. And when I get to know that I'm making a good positive impact on them, those are the times that really push me through, to the next level, that opens up that next opportunity for me. Because I have a saying that I've heard before, and I use it a lot and kind of live by it to a degree, is if I don't win, who will lose because of it? Right. And if I'm using my platform to make a positive impact on those around us, and I'm trying to teach them to grow and develop and to, be the best version of themselves and expand and, just grow into what God created them to be, I have an obligation to win. I have an obligation to continuously show up, to put in the work, to give it my best, even when I don't feel like it, because those folks that look up to me, that we're responsible for making a positive impact on, they expect me to show up. They expect me to set the example. They expect me to do that. And there's people who did that for you too. Your kids expect you to show up even when you don't feel like it. Your coworkers expect you to show up even when you don't feel like it. Your church group expects you to show up even when you don't feel like it. So that's where you have to really start to think about, how can you use this platform of making a positive impact to push you through and give you that motivation and that drive to keep growing and developing and becoming the best version of yourself. Because it's a ripple effect, guys. If we're constantly pushing and growing to be the best versions of ourselves, the people who look at us on our platform and look at us for guidance and inspiration and motivation or whatever it may be, they're going to continue to push to be the best version of themselves. And so then they have people who are looking at them doing the same thing. So it just doesn't stop. The ripple doesn't end. It just goes and goes and goes. And man, that's just, I keep saying it because it's, I guess it's just because it's been brought to my attention a couple times this week of the impact that I as an individual and that us as a company has been able to make on those around us. And I guess more or less, I'm just extremely grateful for this opportunity to be on this journey. When I got into this business back in I guess it was 2016 officially, in August of 16. I, I've told the story before. I got into this business by luck, honestly. When I was a fireman, and another guy who had started it, he was looking to get out of it, and was trying to sell it before he just had to close it up, whatnot. And I got into it because Kelsey was in nursing school. I needed to pay the bills, and this seemed like another stream of revenue, right? Another opportunity to earn income. And so I got in it just to make money. Most business owners, you either get into it to make money or you get into it to solve a problem because you think you can do it better. I got into it to make money. And truthfully, for about the first 2 to 3 years, that was just the goal, just to keep growing and making money and providing opportunities and putting our name out there and building our brand and so on and so forth. And then around 2019 to 20 or so, that's when we did one of our yearly themes of bigger than yourself. And it's when it really clicked to me. At that time I was about 29 years old or so. And it really clicked to me that this business is not just a source of revenue. It's not just a conversation piece when people ask, oh, what are you up to these days, or whatever it is. This business is a platform that I've been provided. God has provided me this platform and this opportunity to use it, because he gives us all skills. He gives us all talents to be the best versions of ourselves, to be the versions that he created us to be. But if we don't use them for that, right? If we don't use them for good, well, probably not going to keep them for long. And so I've really started to think about, man, this is bigger than me. I have people who are devoting their time here, a lot of time, blood, sweat, and tears into this business that I'm trying to build with the help of those around me. And if I don't start thinking about it as something bigger than me, then it's just going to be on a treadmill, right? We're just going to keep, just spinning the wheels and not making any progress or anything like that. And so around that time is when I started thinking about that. Okay, I have a duty now. Like, I have a duty to lead other people. People are listening to me for some reason. I have no idea why, but people are listening to my guidance or my advice or whatever. And I remember thinking one day, I'm like, holy crap, like this actually does sit on my shoulders. And John Maxwell, I know I've referenced him before a lot, and he says, everything rises and falls on leadership. And we've had a lot of rising over the years. And I don't want to sit and say that it all falls on the leadership. I don't want to just sit and take all that credit for it, because we've had some freaking immaculate people come through the business and who are still at the business. Ezra, who's been with us for going on 4 years. JJ's going into 4 years. We have a handful of people about 3 to 4 year time frame right now, and there are core folks that have been here for a while. We've got some others that are kind of coming up on that, and they plan to build a future here, and we plan to provide that opportunity for them. But like I said, as I started to think about that, this is bigger than me. This business is bigger than me. It's bigger than our household. It's bigger than our bills. It's bigger than just the reputation and the brand. As I started to think about that, it really clicked that we have an obligation to keep going. I was taught at an early age that in business, you're either growing or you're dying. And if people aren't going to want to come and jump on a dying ship, a sinking ship. So we have to keep growing if we want to keep attracting people and providing them the opportunity. And as we've gone through this over time, I mean, I've had conversations with people where, it brings out tears in people of happiness or sadness. I've had excitement, where people are thrilled, like I said, to either buy their first car or get a home for themselves. I've had people tell me, they had to get new insurance policies because their parents, they got kicked off their parents or whatever because they were making too much money, things like that. And it brings me a lot of gratitude to be in the position that I'm in, to get to have a platform such as our company, and now this show, Paving the Way. But it gives me a platform to continue making an impact. And my grandfather, who I've referenced before, he had a business for around 35 years, him and my grandma, and they were very good at what they did. They impacted a lot of lives and just built a lot of great relationships over the years. Not saying it was all easy by any means. I've had a lot of conversations with them, and it was a very difficult journey over those several decades. But the one thing that he always talks about is the whole point of what he wanted to do was continue making an impact, continue touching people's lives and improving them one by one. Whether that's a conversation he was able to have with them, whether it was an employment opportunity he was able to give them, a vendor he was able to give business to, whatever it was all focused around touching lives and making an impact. And I can honestly say at this point in my life, 33 years old, going on 8 years into owning this business, about 18 years into the entrepreneurial journey, since I started when I was 15. At this point in my life, I can honestly say that that's what it's all about. And I mean that. You know, the more that I've focused on making an impact and trying to guide others, be a good example for others, and really build with others' best interest in mind, the more that I've been rewarded for the fruits of my labor. And you will be too. And I can promise you that that's just the way things work. If all you try to do is build and work for your own gain, for your benefit, for your growth, for your opportunities, then that's all you're going to get. And it will be capped and you will not be fulfilled. You will not be living out your maximum potential. You will not be fulfilling the man or woman that you were created to be, because we were put on this earth to be here for each other, to help each other, right? So that's kind of my little story on how I like to be able to use a platform, our platform, the business, or this podcast to make an impact on the lives around us. You as a listener, if anybody's listening to this who works at the company or my friends or families, guys, you guys have all been the reason why I keep pushing. I've put it out there before that I have a lot of drive and a lot of push to keep growing because of the people who believed in me and continue to believe in me. There's the people who doubt it, right? There's the people who thought I was crazy when I left my full-time job to go paint parking lots. So I've had both sides of the spectrum. People who believe in me, people who doubt it. The people who doubt them, it is what it is. You can doubt it all you want. Proof's in the pudding. We're having a blast here. We've got people who are on board and in it for the long haul and just helping us build this thing to continue making a bigger platform to make a bigger impact. And that's truthfully, going into the franchising side of things. That's why we want to do it. I've told the story before. Maybe I'll get Kelsey on to kind of go into it a little bit more, but it's going to be an opportunity for us to help other individuals who want to build their dream of having a business, building a life for their families, for those around them, things like that. Like, we're going to be able to take what we've done here and grow it to be able to make a bigger and bigger impact. And so it's just something super exciting that we're going with. And this platform that we've built over the last 8 years, at least within this industry and this business, is going to be able to really change and help grow a lot of people's lives and opportunities. So I challenge you to think about, what platform do you have right now that you are having the opportunity to make a positive or negative impact on those around you? Because you're doing one or the other. It's either you're providing a positive impact or a negative impact. So like I said, I challenge you to think about that. It's something that we all, I believe, have an obligation to do, regardless of the situations we're in, is to help those around us. And that starts by setting the example. So guys, that's what I got for you today. I appreciate you for tuning in. I am, let's see, we are going to be coming up this next week. We are going to be in Texas at the Paving conference. It's the first of its, line of conferences. So definitely excited to be there. Going to be a lot of industry peers, friends that have become like family going to be there. We're taking, there's 6 of us going down there for the week. So keep an eye out on our social media. We will be putting updates. We will probably end up doing some podcasts while we are down there. We're not going to have this wonderful setup, which, if you can see behind me, the screen stayed on this time. Not sure what I did different, but it's working as of right now. But no, it's going to be a lot of fun. So we will do our best to get the episodes out next week like we normally try to do. And just stay tuned for everything you got. As always, guys, I'm here for I'm here for you if you need anything from me. So don't hesitate to let me know. Thank you, guys. I look forward to continuing going down this path with you together, building our platform.